Hi everybody, this is Rashni Desai, and this is my presentation of the applications of web-based media in education. So from our MIT 822, these are the different summaries of all the modules that we talked about. Our hypermedia versus hypertext was the main key factor and something that we focused on throughout this entire course. And most of the different applications that I'm going to show you that we learned in this course is all something that is web-based that you can use in education. The first thing we want to do is kind of just review what is hypertext versus hypermedia. Hypertext is linear text and information, and then hypermedia is something that you do every single day or things that you can incorporate in education where you have some non-linear combinations of text and media, which can be pictures, videos, audio, any of those things. The couple things that made a big impact to me and things that I want to highlight that I can incorporate in my everyday curriculum is first the GIF creator. So we talked about different GIF creators. We talked about Gifify, we talked about Andrify, we talked about Telegami. Some positive things about this GIF creator is that it's actually very user-friendly and it's very customizable. So this is the GIF that I created in our assignment. Some negative things about these GIF creators is that sometimes they can be very device specific. So sometimes you're not able to use Gifify if you're using it on your phone. Sometimes Andrify if you're have it on the Chromebook or something like that. It might be a little bit harder for students to use. The next thing that I want to talk about that I really want to highlight is our web-based presentations. In this course, we talked about lots of web-based presentations and different ways to have students present their information. Some things that we used was Book Creator to create digital storybooks. We talked about Google Slides for great presentations that are online, Bitly for videos, Screencast-O-Matic to record these videos, and then even Powtoons to make these videos. Some positive things about all of these web-based presentations are they're very versatile. You can include lots of animations and they're very easy to use. The look is very clean and organized. It's very user-friendly. Some negative things is that sometimes there are device restrictions. I know that Google Slides that's available online. Right, it's an online base. Sometimes when kids are not able to access the internet, these web-based presentations, it becomes very challenging to use. The next thing that I want to highlight is just AR and VR, augmented reality versus virtual reality, and then we also talked about 2D and versus 3D. I researched multiple applications that I can use in my chemistry course versus AR and VR. I came up with these three applications: Elements 4D, Molecule app, the Solar System app. Some positive things that I really liked about AR versus VR is that it allows students to actually relate to very small things like an atom into very large things like the solar system. They are very engaging and it really helps with student retention and performance. Negative things about AR and VR, they are very device specific. For AR, you need to have your goggles to make everything kind of look like you're in that sort of virtual reality. And these kind of devices or technology situations are not very readily available for all students. Other things that I really want to just touch base on is 3D videos. You can find 3D videos and they're very helpful if you want to just show your students a specific place. This is an example of underneath the ocean. Other things that are very helpful is taking your students on virtual field trips, and you can incorporate that into your curriculum using Google Earth. And lastly, what we talked about was different ways that we can incorporate coding into the classroom. So these are 14 different educational apps that teach students coding, and which is our 21st century skill and is something that you probably should want to incorporate to help critical thinking and logic-based thinking for your students. The last thing that I want to mention is just some of our ISTE standards for education and then some ISTE standards for the students. This entire course helped me really adapt and personalize my learning for independent students and kind of like diversify the entire curriculum to modify them for specific learner needs. It also helped me incorporate technology and just innovative digital ways to incorporate and engage my students. For students, when they're doing web-based presentations or any of these different types of field trips online, they're definitely using technology, and it's kind of important because it informs and improves their way of the way that they're learning. It helpfully engages and it kind of provides them a different way. And lastly, students, they formulate different ways, problems, differentiation. They're basically assisted through technology in order to analyze data and think of basically logic thinking and explore different ways that they can help find solutions for main things. I really enjoyed this course. Thank you, and it was really nice working with everybody.